When you think of the world's tech giants, your mind probably jumps straight to Silicon Valley, right? But what if I told you that some of the biggest, most important software companies on the planet actually came from the land down under?
Yep, we're talking about Australia. Founders from a country of just 26 million people have created nearly $200 billion in value. I mean, that's more than the entire economy of some countries. So the question is, how on earth did they do it?
Well, to understand the how, you've got to look at the who, because behind these massive valuations are some truly incredible stories of grit, persistence, and, a little bit of that classic Aussie ingenuity. Let's kick things off with a company that's probably running on your computer as we speak, Atlassian. They're the brains behind absolute powerhouses like Jira and Confluence. The tools that are pretty much the backbone of any modern company today. So what's this number? $10,000. That's the amount of credit card debt that founders used to start the whole thing. No venture capital, no fancy angel investors, just a great idea and a whole lot of hustle. I mean, that is the definition of a bootstrap story.
Okay, next up, a design platform that has become a household name, Canva. Its founder, Melanie Perkins, had this incredible vision to make design simple enough for absolutely everyone. And, well, she turned that vision into a multi-billion-dollar empire.
But getting there was not easy. This number, it represents rejection. Over 100 venture capitalists told her no before she finally got the funding she needed. It's just a powerful, powerful lesson in never giving up. Now, you might not have heard of WiseTech Global, but I guarantee they're one of the most important companies you've never heard of. They basically build the operating system for global logistics, the software that literally keeps the world's supply chains moving. And where did this giant come from? Well, it's the classic entrepreneur story. Its founder, Richard White, was a self-taught programmer who started this whole thing in his garage, and he built a global powerhouse without taking a single dollar of outside money. So, what's the end result of all this hard work? This chart tells the whole story. We're talking tens of billions of dollars in market value. Atlassian is an absolute titan, and WiseTech isn't far behind. These aren't just little Aussie success stories. These are genuine global power players. These stories of success aren't just a series of happy accidents. When you start to look closer, you see a pattern emerge, a kind of unwritten playbook for building a tech empire from the other side of the world. And here it is, the recipe for success. First, think globally, right from day one. Second, stay lean and bootstrap. Third, become absolutely obsessed with your product. And fourth, stay founder-led. Now, these aren't just buzzwords. They're all connected principles, and they were really born out of necessity. This idea of bootstrapping is so key. It's all about relying on yourself. But it does more than just save money. It forces you to create a product-obsessed culture. Think about it. When you don't have millions in VC money for a big marketing splash, your product has to be your marketing. It has to be so good that it just grows on its own. Atlassian and WiseTech are perfect examples of this. And this is a totally different way of thinking from the typical Silicon Valley approach. Instead of flying expensive engineers to California, the Aussie model is to fly the founders out to raise money and then bring it back home to build the product. It's a really efficient strategy that lets them stay in control, to stay founder-led, instead of giving up their vision to investors too early. And this playbook isn't some relic of the past. Oh no, it is alive and well, and it is powering the next generation of billion-dollar Australian tech companies right now. Just look at this list of recent unicorns: Airwallex, Safety Culture, Culture Amp. They are all applying these exact same principles to compete and win on the world stage. The playbook is still working, big time. So, what's the one big thing you should take away from all of this? If we could boil down 2 decades of incredible success into a single idea, what would that even be? It would look something like this. It's a formula. First, solve a real nagging problem. Then, completely dominate your local market. And finally, expand globally, but do it with low costs. It's a simple but incredibly powerful formula that has been proven time and time again. This isn't just a story about Australia. It's a blueprint for building a global, resilient, and product-focused company from anywhere in the world. The Aussie playbook is a proven winner. So the only question left is, what massive global problem will it solve next?
Please like and subscribe for more trading content, and then subscribe for more daily, weekly trading insights.